Ladies and gentlemen, step right up and experience the wonder of Pookie Park. Meet our friendly puppet pals. Our colossal howdy-doody type puppets roam freely and are here to make your visit unforgettable. But beware, when the park siren sounds, it's time to run for your lives. The chase is on. Stay on your toes, because if they catch you, you might just become one of them forever.
Last thing I remember, I was sleeping in my bed, and now I'm tied to a chair with a sack over my head. I feel a knife cut the rope loose. I snatch the hood off, throw it on the ground and look around. There's nothing good, y'all. I'm at a theme park. I see the sun is setting in the sky, and I'm hearing people screaming, sound like they about to die. The alarm starts ringing and the sky turns red. Lazy rivers overflowing, floating bodies of the dead. Werewolves are hanging upside down from roller coaster rails. Jack-o'-lanterns blowing fireballs and pyres of impaled rotting bodies. I just gotta try to make it till the break of dawn, where I got half a chance of escaping this place and taking off.
I was walking home on a night with a full moon. All the streetlights suddenly went dim, dead bone. Shadows grabbed me, took me out of sight. Blindfolded me, I couldn't even fight. Got me to a place where the nightmares never sleep, and all the doors flew open. I was thrown inside, there ain't no place to hide. All I heard were screams, I saw the scary face on a roller coaster, where the werewolves howl in the red fog. Clouds of lights in this twisted park where I'm forced to ride. All the rides walked into the fun house, they threw me face down. Where I seen a line of killer clowns, he pulled the mallet from his jacket, swung it back and smashed my skull into the granite.
Clowns on stilts are walking 12 feet tall and juggling chainsaws and throwing out molotovs. I'm under the bleachers in the beach, I'm trying to hide it by some time. I hear the whip crack of the lion tamer letting loose his line. I break across the path and dive in the back of a food truck serving slider. Raised the fry cook, swung his butcher knife and sunk it deep inside my leg. I jumped up and I grabbed him by his maggot-ridden face, and I shoved it in the fryer and I dipped up out the place. Bitch, I'm limping out across the ground. I think my time is coming soon. I'm hearing shit behind me, too afraid to look. I think I'm doomed. I feel a cold mechanical hand reach out and grab my neck and squeeze until it snapped it in half, and I took my final breath.
Waking up with a scary helmet, I ain't taking off in this theme park where my soul is lost. Something doesn't feel right, yo, I got no feeling in my hands, feet are rise. Hunting people as it hits midnight, yo, I'm stuck in time inside, in a body that isn't even mine. Being forced to kill without the chance to eat. Only thing I am hungry for is seeing people bleed, and I'm searching for more. Yeah, I see some people playing ring toss, throwing jaws instead of popping balloons and snapping after skulls. Hanging upside down, bodies banging on the walls, and I see him limping through a field. Grab him by the hand and squeeze so tight it snapped his neck.
And I was on my morning jog, running with my dog, and I made it down to the end of the block, and I see somebody must have finally bought the Wilson family's old corner spot. A charming little old corner plot with a charming little white picket fence, and my mother always used to tell me new neighbors just means new friends. Well, that was about 3 weeks ago, and I really haven't seen anybody since, except for this one guy every now and then when he opens up the upstairs window when he sits, and he doesn't move until it gets dark, then he closes it back and he stays inside. I don't know about y'all, but it don't feel right. All I'm really trying to say is I'm not digging the vibe. This one time he was at the window, I swear that he was staring too hard at a St. Bernard in the neighbor's yard, and they thought it ran away or got hit by a car, cause it's gone now, till it turned up back in its doghouse, gutted in skin, blood all over the lawn now. Everybody panicked and they had to call the law out. Law couldn't help us, the problem is ours now. A few months past now, it's getting colder. Missing pet flies turning missing children posters hung all over the town. Sheriff don't know what to say. Evil creeps in the streets, no one slept in days. And I don't even jog with my dog anymore. I just stay in my house and I look down the street at the man in the window to see what he's watching. And all day today he's been staring at me.
Yo, I've been hearing lots of talk about all these missing kids. Too many pets that wound up dead. It's only been 2 months, but this tinfoil on my head has me thinking about some conspiracies. This man who moved in recently at the Wilson's house has some scary shit going down. I live across the street from him. I've only ever seen him twice. Once with a moving truck and looking at me through the blinds. I've been hearing rumors, maybe they are lies. Until the other night when I caught eye contact, the same night that my cat didn't come back. So I grabbed my Glock and pulled back the rack. I'm gonna break in and find the truth. Something ain't right about this dude. I swear I hear screams and some barking in the middle of the night. Sometimes if you look on flashing lights. It's like he's feeding off of their lies. My wife thinks I've lost my mind, so now it's time. The clock hits midnight, through his door I slide. They will never believe what I see, so my camera is recording. I see jars of ice, I see bloody knives, I see posters of all the missing kids in piles. I know this has got to be the house. Then I couldn't even breathe with what I found next. I see my cat lying there dead. He had it in a box with a note like he was about to give it back. And then I heard a scream, so I ran down the stairs. I entered an extraterrestrial lair where I found bodies on tables. They were hooked up to some cables. Pulled the gun from my jacket, flicked off the safety and blasted. Then turned around, his teeth were snapping. As the bullets hit his scales, it started laughing. His eyes went green with the slits. It's like my light was flashing. He called me by my name and grabbed me with his claws and threw me on a table, strapped me down and started drawing all my blood. I hope they find the truth about what our neighbor really was. Chillin' at work with the homeboy, knock outside on break, about to rip this joint. My phone blowing up, but I put it on silent, tried to avoid all the bullshit. Then I hear the siren, sounds like bombs dropping, and I felt the ground shaking. I'm so baked that I hopped in the van, gotta go check on the dog, trying to give my family a call. My brain's in a fog, I'm back at the crib now, thumbprint to the safe. I'm getting all the guns out, walk by the fish, take a salt that their eyes are red, and the tank's full of blood. I couldn't find my girl, through the house I run. Voice in the back of my head that said, turn around. My girl jumped on me, took me down to the ground, so I fired off a few rounds, ran out the room and locked the door. Then I drove to the grocery store. I was supposed to do this the night before, and on the way out my neighbors getting ripped to the core. I couldn't have helped it, saw my dogs ripping up their score. There's no cell phones, it's just mayhem. All the city lights are gone, sirens replaced by the screams. And as I'm driving I realize there's no place for me to hide. Only goal is now to survive. I'm so damn sleep deprived, and as I close my eyes I start to drift. I feel a funny high, lose all my consciousness. I was taken over by a parasite, not realizing my girl bit right into my thigh. Now I'm roaming all the streets, I'm looking for something to eat. Got me a body, started to feast.
Chillin' at work with double down 6 outside on break, about to smoke this joint. 15 minutes in and I'm feeling on point. Then I felt the ground shake and I heard a loud noise. Yo dog, what the fuck was that sound? Jets and choppers started flying around. We better get on the ground, I think we're being blind. Air raid sirens in the distance, the dead have risen. Jumped in the whip and I peeled out quick. Pistol grip pump with the beams at the crib. Everywhere I look it's a scene from a flick, like Dawn of the Dead. I can't believe this is it, I'm speechless. All I see are burning buildings, derailed trains and screaming children. The bodies of my neighbors and the things that killed them still eating the remains. The police don't exist, it's mayhem. Thank God I made it home. I gotta barricade the doors and load the tools, but it turns out I was never safe at home. And I heard a weird noise in the other room. I checked on my dogs and they both attacked me, lunged at me, they both had turned. Virus must be airborne, turns out I'm immune, but what the fuck's it worth? I'm bleeding out, pop both dogs and I still got one left in the cage. I put that barrel underneath my chin, said a prayer to God, and ended my last day. A haunted house in town that all the kids in school knew about. They said that it's alive, and if you enter you ain't coming out. A few summers ago there was a couple of kids cheating in bed, last seen on the porch of the house. They were never seen again. Their parents think they ran away, but they've been taken by the house. I went in one night like if it's real, I'm fucking finding out. At 1 a.m. I walked up the steps, I was standing on the porch before I couldn't even reach out my hand, the knob on the front of the door turned itself and opened. All I smelled was rotten meat. I stepped inside, the door slammed and disappeared. I couldn't believe it, all the legends were true. I couldn't breathe, I started to panic, looking for a way out of this house, but it became a labyrinth. Doors led to rooms I just left, stairs went up to basements. The walls would bleed, I'd hear screams and no windows were breaking. My body died and rotted long ago inside the house, but my soul is trapped forever, none of us are getting out.
All this talk about a haunted house, we wanted in. 2 kids in the 8th grade, sneaking out as the sun dims. Found a board that showed some light, dared each other to go inside. Through the window they slide with hearts beating, they felt the fright. And as the darkness surrounded them, the whole house went quiet. Then they opened up the horizon, it invited all the demons in. And as they screamed they felt the fire beneath their feet. As the walls start to bleed from the past, children that met the house's defeat. They were the ears and eyes of the beast, a house where souls become the feast. Through the windows they can see the street, but every time they walk through the door, the walls that used to be shift and move until they're in another room. We should have walked away, cause now mama will never see my face. Our parents will never be the same. And as the haunted house came alive, all the walls began to shift. It's a labyrinth of shadows with no way to lift. The curse that trapped them in, no escape in sight. 2 kids in the maze were lost in the night. Echoes of the laughter, ghosts from the past. Corridors stretching as the shadows cast. Every turn they took, it led them deeper in. No way out, it's just a game that they couldn't win. We should have stayed home, we should have smoked another bowl. Now our class will never know the truth. What if they make the same mistake and they end up just like us too? I left a bloody handprint and I wrote, stay out. If you enter, you will be taken by the haunted house.